Look fast, guys, because that's the plans there, or at least part of the plans. So, okay, look fast. Look fast.
Easily for precise fit. Yeah, right.
Well, guys, Joe Kersey here again for part 2 of today's videos. And that little map I showed you briefly, ever so briefly, in 480p, by the way, rather than on 1080p, which is how I originally did it. That's one of a series of screenshots from, well, not screenshots, but shots of a set of plans that these appraisers came up today and presented me with. Those guys said there's a confidentiality agreement, but I didn't see any agreement and I didn't sign any agreement. But nonetheless, common sense dictates I'm going to try to keep my mouth shut about the specifics on most of this. But what I can say is that indeed 2 guys showed up. One was considerably older than the other fellow. And we had about an hour and 15-minute conversation, which I videoed in 720p using QuickTime Player on my webcam. You know, I had pre-positioned the chairs and adjusted the lights and everything for this, and had a little table in there so we could look at the plans and so forth. And so that whole conversation is documented. And then I videoed the plans. I also took many still shots of the plans. So that's all going to go on a, well, it's only it's 7.5 gigabytes total, so that's going to go on an 8 gigabyte USB stick. And when I hire the attorneys after I get the initial offer, that's going to go down to the attorneys. So that was the matter for today. I can also say that indeed a lot of what I had thought was going to happen is happening. Powell Road will, Paul's using crutches. Oh, look, Paul's actually using crutches.
I had a table lie for a freaking screwdriver. This handle is too loose.
Well, here, what? Well, come here.
No, I don't like them. They twist and turn. No, that doesn't do it, because the whole freaking thing.
Well, you may just have to learn to live with that. Well, to get back to the point, and be calm. What was I saying, Paul?
You're Powell Road coming in and
right.
out of the fucking yard.
Absolutely, yes. Well, I had been thinking that Powell Road would come in at a right angle to Worthington Road, and indeed that's what they're doing. They're shooting that across the field, and it's coming in, how gracious, a right angle to Worthington Road, and there'll be a new intersection constructed down there, and it'll be considerably closer to the house, but at least we'll still be able to use our own driveway. Our neighbors are going to have to deal with a little cul-de-sac branch-off thing that only lets them exit one direction, and then they'll have to go down to another road to even essentially.
That loop is bike path which goes across the road.
Yeah. Well, anyway, this bike path will come down on our side on Powell Road, but then it stops, and then it goes across onto the other side of the widened road. So these guys won't be, crawling down through our front yard any more than what they will be anyway. We're going to lose a lot of trees, although we might not lose. We're going to lose 2 trees I really like. One was inevitable. The other one, I don't know if I can Tom Sawyer these guys into saving or not here when they finally start working. You know, if you go out there and you talk with them and you don't be an asshole, then a lot of times they'll sort of, you know, cooperate with you a bit. But maybe not. I think probably not on this in this case. But it'd be a lot worse, and so now it'll just be a matter of what the offer is, and negotiating, and maybe litigating, and so on. We shall see on that. But that took. And then they wanted to photograph the inside of my house. Well, all they got to do is go to my YouTube channel. I gave them my YouTube channel card. That's when the guy started talking about confidentiality agreements. There's no agreement. You know, I've said nothing that would be unacceptable under a confidentiality agreement anyway. As he said, it's all a matter of public record. Then why do you need a confidentiality agreement? He's talking to one of our neighbors. He's already talked to one of our neighbors. I've not heard any news. And then he'll be talking to the other individual at some point. But she was working today, so. As I said, it could have been a lot worse. But I've got, as I said, I've got all this stuff printed off, and I'm going to, you know, I've got the videos, and I'll tell you, screenshots from the videos that I took of these plans are actually sharper than the photographs I took, still photographs I took, you know. Let's see here. We have an action photo of the prodigal returning here.
This has got to move.
What?
This one.
What? What's going to move?
This water.
Well, I'll move the heater back. I'm not going to move the water bowl.
I just think scoot it over a little.
Well, over where?
This direction.
No, that ain't going to happen. I'll move the heater back. No, I mean, I'll move the heater back. I'm not going to screw with that. So, how's it feel?
Great.
Good.
I think I could actually stand on
Well, yeah, you could. And in reality, given your injury, you probably could. But the idea is to not for as long as possible, so that maybe this little chip will decide to be part of your fibula again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I know.
that's a useful device. That's good. Good. It's good. I'd rather see you on crutches than that simple fucker. Just simply.
A scooter.
Well, just because you're a man, for one thing. You know, you're not one of these big-butted people hanging off on either side of the carts there in Walmart, you know, with their equally huge couturier of attendants, you know, that.
But what cracks me up, they walked in to get on it.
Yeah, I know. It's a real. Well, you know, I mean, where's my SSI payment?
They get out of the handicapped vehicle.
Yeah, where's
wherever
my?
it's parked, they walk all the way across this 4-lane street.
Yeah, where's my?
All the way into the damn store.
Where's my SSI payment? You know,
which is not right up against the curb.
Yeah, there's a lot of. Well, there's just a lot of nonsense. This in so many other areas of United States life, or I suppose in life around the world too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then they'll drive them outside no matter what the weather's doing and leave them out in the middle of the lot.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I think we can conclude today's video. You know, parts 1 and part 2. This is end of part 2. And as I like to do, I'll leave you a shot of paradise that will still be paradise even if they get done horsing around out here because they're not going to be bothering this at all. So, alrighty.